Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we've got a super fun and incredibly important story about why sometimes taking a deep breath instead of a dramatic sigh can make all the difference. Get ready to meet some amazing animal friends who teach us a powerful lesson about saving our energy for what truly matters. First up, meet Penny the peacock. Now, Penny was, let's just say, very expressive bird. For Penny, everything was a disaster. I mean absolutely everything. Imagine this, a tiny raindrop falls on her beautiful tail feather, and what does Penny do? Oh no, I'm drowning, the sky is falling, we're all going to be swept away in a terrible flood. Or a small breeze rustles through the leaves, and Penny immediately shouts, a tornado is coming, run for cover, we're doomed, this is the end. Her life wasn't just a drama show. It was an epic, continuous, Broadway-level theatrical production, starring herself as the lead in every single crisis. Every little bump in the road was treated like the absolute end of the world. It was exhausting just watching her, let alone being around her. And it wasn't just raindrops or breezes. Oh no, Penny had a talent for turning the smallest inconveniences into earth-shattering catastrophes. She'd strut by, notice a tiny imperfection, and declare, my feather is bent, look at it, it's utterly ruined. This is the worst day ever in the history of feathers. How will I ever preen again? Or she'd find another bird sitting in her favorite sunbeam spot and shriek, someone took my spot. This is an outrage. I'm being attacked. My personal space has been violated. There's no justice in this forest. If the sun was shining, it's too sunny, I'm going to melt. If clouds appeared, it's too cloudy. This gloom is unbearable. Seriously, it was to everything. Penny truly made every single little thing into a full-blown 5-alarm crisis. And let me tell you, it takes a lot of energy to be that dramatic all the time. Not just for Penny, but for everyone around her. Now, you can probably guess what happened next, right? After a while, all that constant drama, all those endless screams about minor issues, started to have an effect. Soon, now I won't pay attention anymore. Penny would scream about a disaster, the sky was falling, the grass was too green, a leaf looked at her funny, and everyone just walked by. They'd heard it all before. Oh, there she goes again. They'd sigh, barely glancing up from their own activities. They'd seen her reaction to a dewdrop, so why would a slightly bent feather be any different? They'd become completely desensitized to her cries. They'd heard every possible variation of this is the worst day ever, so many times that the words had simply lost all meaning. It's a bit like when you hear the same catchy song too many times. Eventually it just fades into the background noise, no matter how good it once was. And this, my friends, is where our story takes a really serious turn. One day Penny faced real danger, like actual honest-to-goodness danger. A slithery snake appeared, posing a genuine threat, and Penny, terrified, screamed at the top of her lungs, help, a snake. Everyone, a real snake. Get away, help me. She shrieked, exactly the same way she'd screamed about a bent feather or a speck of dust. But what happened? Nothing. Absolutely no one came to her aid. They all just shrugged, thinking, oh, it's just more drama from Penny. She's probably just seen a worm she didn't like. One bird even muttered, yeah, sure Penny, everything's always an emergency with you. We're busy. They thought it was just another one of her cries wolf moments, and because she had cried wolf so many times over nothing, they simply couldn't tell the difference when it was a real wolf. Thankfully, Penny managed to escape that close call, but it was a scary, eye-opening experience. Later, after she was safe, Terry the tortoise, who had seen many seasons come and go, spoke slowly and thoughtfully. Terry didn't rush anything, least of all his wisdom. Penny, he began, his voice calm and steady. I've lived a long life. I've seen true hardships. I've lived through long scorching droughts where water was scarce, through massive floods that changed the landscape, and even witnessed forest fires that threatened everything. You know how I survived all those truly difficult times? He asked, looking at Penny with wise, ancient eyes. I survived because I learned to save my panic for things that actually mattered, for real threats. If I panicked over every little pebble in my path, I'd never make it anywhere. Terry understood that energy is a finite resource, and it's best spent wisely. Then, Donna the duck, always practical and level-headed, added her own insightful perspective. Terry's right, Penny. My pond dried up completely last year. The water vanished, and my home was gone. That was a crisis, a genuine, frightening crisis that required real effort and problem-solving, she explained, nodding seriously. But did I scream about it every single day? Did I flap my wings frantically and declare it the worst thing that had ever happened every hour on the hour? No, Donna stated firmly. I didn't waste my energy on dramatics. Instead, I focused. I looked for another pond. I talked to the beavers. I worked on ways to find new water. I solved it, because drama doesn't fix problems, it just makes everyone tired. What actually fixes things is action. Focus.com, purposeful action. Donna knew that while feelings are valid, constant overreaction can actually hinder finding solutions. And guess what? Penny listened, really listened this time. The close call with the snake, combined with the calm wisdom of Terry and Donna, made a huge impact. A week later, a small familiar problem resurfaced. Penny's feather bent again. It wasn't a big deal, just a minor imperfection. She instinctively opened her beak to let out a theatrical scream, the usual dramatic wail. Then she stopped. She remembered the snake. She remembered Terry's calm words, and Donna's practical advice. She took a deep breath, looked at her feather, and for the very first time, she said calmly, it's just a bent feather. I can fix this with a little preening. And guess what happened next? Every single animal nearby, who had been completely ignoring her for ages, suddenly had their heads snapped around. Their eyes were wide with surprise. Did Penny just handle something without drama? They whispered to each other, absolutely astonished. And the most wonderful part, now, when Penny does get genuinely upset about something that truly matters, everyone actually stops and listens. Because they know if Penny is upset, it's not just a bent feather, it's something real. So, what's the big lesson here, friends? Not everything is a crisis. Overreacting to small things exhausts not just you, but everyone around you, and it makes them less likely to pay attention when there are real problems. Save your drama, save your energy, and save your panic for actual emergencies. It's okay to have feelings, but learning to tell the difference between a small bump and a genuine mountain is a superpower. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. If you loved Penny's transformation and learned a little something today, please give this video a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our next adventure. We appreciate you being here.